All right, how's everybody doing tonight? Okay. All right, first thing first, we got to pass out this rubric, and I need you to put your name on the very first line and then the semester line, which is like the third line. There you go. 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. Four. There you go. Okay, so go ahead and put your name on the where it says student name and then semester fall 2012. Okay, so once you've got that done, we'll go over last week's assignment, which was basically just adding one title slide, a picture of yourself, a digital photo, adding some text. I think I told you at the end of last session, the bullets and sub-bullets are just in there, but more than likely you're not going to have it in week 1. And so if you look at your rubric, the digital photo and the text boxes added, those two actually are really the only ones for week 1. And so if you would do me a favor, what I need you to do is go ahead and load up your PowerPoint from week 1 onto your computer that has that slide, that title slide on that PowerPoint. And then what I'm going to do real quickly is just glance at it, sign it. I'll put my little initials there by, say for instance, you don't have the digital photo, but say you added the text portion. What you'll do basically is just check mark for me the part you did. Do not check mark the one you didn't do. Does that make sense? And then what I'll do is I'll come by and put my little signature there to the right of it here in just about a minute or two, get everybody a chance to get PowerPoint loaded on your computer. So at the beginning of every session, this is what we'll do. We'll have you load up your PowerPoint from that prior week, see how far along you are. If you don't get it all done, according to where it says rubric complete, component fulfilled, don't worry about it. But just be honest on your check marks, because what I'll do is I will ask you to kind of show me, especially as we go along, some of these weeks have multiple components, and I'll just have you go through it slide by slide and say, here's this component, here's that component, here's this component, here's that component. Oh, and by the way, I didn't get this one done. Okay? That's all you've got to do. So everybody a moment to get that loaded. I'll borrow your pen. Thank you. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know for sure.
It's a fancy pen. Okay. All right.
I know those two for sure.
Yeah, digital photo, text, good. And I'll just do this one here. Yeah, you did bring a graphic in. You brought on that cake there. All right. Yep, you did your text. We'll put that there. We'll do 3 on yours. All right, and I'm going to keep your pen. I'll give it back to you. Thanks. All right, so we have digital photo and what? Text box. Cool. Looks good. All right, Dave, good job. All right, Erica, you got digital photo, text box. All right, good job. We do best. All right. So you got what, digital photo, right? text box. All right, good. And I'll come back and get yours. Okay. Digital photo, text. Yeah, you got both. All right, good. Digital photo, text on yours. Thank you. Yeah, if you could check box the ones you have done, that would help a little bit speed it up for me. Just check, put a little check box by the one you got done. That'd be great. All right, good. Good job, Lisa. All right.
The right version of PowerPoint on the computer.
All right, Joan.
I was on a roll. I just.
You're on a roll. Okay, we got digital photo.
Forge ahead.
We've got text box. What else you got? Did you jump ahead a little bit, you said?
Yeah, I did. I just went on a roll.
Well, let's go ahead and leave these two for now, because we will check those as we go along. Okay. Yeah, you did bulleted list. Let's go and put that in there. And we'll put down here. Cool. All right.
Thank you.
Good job. All right, so we got, thank you for checking that. Digital, graphics, text box. All right, Barbara, good job. See, this is going pretty quick. All right, Caitlin. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Texture background, digital photo, text boxes. All right, good job. All right, good job, Eleanor. Yeah, fancy smancy. Good job.
I just did a footer. Did you want it
No, you didn't have to do it. You're good. I'll put that in there for you. Good job. Okay. I'll come back. I'll come back and get. So if I haven't got yours yet, I will come back before we're done tonight. I will check off your rubric. Okay? Okay. So that was week 1. Let's go into week 2. Okay, week 2, we're going to be going over a PowerPoint in just a second. There is some things in the class that you do have to do prior to coming. One of them is not watching podcasts, but there is some reading portions, maybe viewing and reading something prior. The only one we had, I believe, was this week 2 read, I believe, part, which is basically facilities checklist. We're going over in a second. Evaluation presentations and visual or presentation visuals. We'll go over that in just a moment. So if you see a subtext in any of the folders of the coming weeks, I try to put in the subtext the little non-bolded text, what you're supposed to do if you're supposed to do anything on that folder. Okay, so you notice the first 2 folders says view prior. The third folder is in-class exercise. The fourth folders we'll go over in class. And we'll literally do all those things. Okay. The in-class exercise we're going to do in just a moment. You don't need to open it now, but there is a start file that we'll open with, and then there's a solution file that's the end result of that PowerPoint. That third row is totally dead. You'll need to come up to the first row. I think there's one still open. Okay, and so each week you'll do that. You will have in the examples, like in the in-class exercise, there'll be notes for us to look at for what it is I'm wanting you to do. And we'll go over that in just a moment. And then your week 2 assignment. Once we get through with everything tonight, the discussion, the in-class exercise, you should know how to do the following here. I want you to add 3 to 5 slides to your presentation. Okay? You can add more than that, okay? But at least between the 3 to 5 range is great to go with. It's a good ballpark to give you. You're going to add a table with data about your presentation. Add footers to the slide beyond slide 1 that has your full name and current date. You're going to add a new theme of your choosing, add a second theme to at least 2 slides. You're going to modify a master template. Example, you might add an image, clip art, change the font style. You'll insert a diagram and insert and rotate text. And so down here at the bottom is an example of slides 1 through 8 I have on PowerPoint here that has all these components fulfilled. Create table, create diagram, footers, applying class template to presentation, adding a second theme to 2 or more slides, modified or custom design templates, bulleted list, inserting text box, rotating text box. And you'll find all of those components, by the way, on the rubric, okay? So 3 to 5 slides, add those components. Now, let's say, for instance, let's just talk about this. You'll notice the chart diagram one. Let's talk about that one for just a second before we even get into it. There might be a case possibly to where you cannot add a chart diagram. If you look at your rubric, I don't believe I have chart diagram on here at all. Tell me if I'm wrong. No. So I think I have create table, chart, or diagram, right? Yeah, I got that. So it's an either or. So because there might be, you'll find out tonight what a diagram is, and if you've read through your book and watched the PowerPoint already, you already know. But there's going to be some PowerPoints that are going to fit for a diagram. It's not going to work. Okay, but you'll know how to do it. Okay, so that's why I put on the rubric table, chart, or diagram. That makes sense? Okay. Now, it doesn't mean you couldn't have a table and a chart and a diagram, all 3, if you wanted to. You can, but you're only required to have one of the 3 in your actual final PowerPoint that you're working on for your capstone. All right? Because you'll find out tonight every PowerPoint's not going to be able to use a diagram. Maybe not even a chart. Okay? But every PowerPoint can use some type of table, some type of simple table of data about your presentation, and you'll learn how to do all that. So, all right. So that's the rubrics fulfilled for this week. Let's go ahead and go over the PowerPoint. While I'm getting PowerPoint open, you don't have to open this PowerPoint. In fact, I'd rather you not open it up, and I'd rather you just open up a new version of PowerPoint on your computer, just a blank PowerPoint document. All right. As we go through this PowerPoint, I'll have you do some things and show you some things on your PowerPoint. It's thinking. Okay, so this tutorial goes over applying graphics to your PowerPoint, modifying text to your PowerPoint. One of the first things, and we'll look at this document in just a second, one of the first things you want to do before you begin creating a PowerPoint is planning a PowerPoint, being able to plan it. Those 3 documents I had you read prior to coming into class, one of those documents in there talked about planning a presentation, planning for a PowerPoint. Also, we'll look at how to do a different theme. There's going to be some PowerPoints that have multiple themes in that PowerPoint. What that means is different color schemes, different font size, different font type. Can be on multiple different slides. Clip art, resizing text boxes, inserting images, modifying a master slide master, changing the design theme for only one slide, inserting tabs to align text, and then footers to modify placement. We'll also look at a table, how to insert a table, smart art, how to draw and modify simple graphics using ready-made shapes, and inserting and rotating text boxes. So before you begin your presentation, like we talked about last week, before you begin creating anything in PowerPoint, you've got to know the purpose of your presentation, the type of your presentation, audience, location, audience needs, and format of that. For instance, a format for a group of high schoolers is going to be different than for a group of CEOs, right? The high schoolers are going to want flashy, eye-catching text, video, whatever, sound effects maybe. The CEOs are going to want to the point, information, clear-cut, black and white, could care less about high-level graphics for the most part, okay, and flashy stuff. They just want to see the data because they're busy and they want to get out of there and go to their next meeting because they have better things to do, right? And so two separate groups. So you're going to have audience needs that definitely is going to, the content could be exactly the same for the high schoolers and the CEOs, but the presentation is going to be different. Does that make sense? How you present it will be different. That's what we talked about last week, creating your outline between last week and this week. Hopefully you had time to do that and be thinking of, from beginning to end, just text only, here's my outline. You can take that outline and apply it to multiple presentation needs, whether it be high schoolers, CEO types, the group of moms, group of grandparents, whatever, okay? How you present it is going to be definitely different depending on the audience needs. The format can also be different. Some's going to be very highly interactive, meaning a lot of discussion, pausing, like we do in here with the interacting with in-class labs and things. There might be some of that during discussion in some of your meetings. In some meetings, it's just you're talking, everybody else is totally dead silent. There is no talking outside in the audience. Depending on the size of the group, you just don't have time to do that, not going to be able to have everybody the opportunity to do that. And so I'm going to show you a real quick trick right now. If you'll hit the F5 key on your keyboard, this should go into presentation mode, right? Full screen, presentation mode. If you hit the B key on your keyboard, go ahead and do that. What happened? It went black, just like mine did. That's a good tip to show you when you're presenting any presentation. When you make the screen black, what does your eye normally do? It goes off the screen onto the person up here, onto the speaker. And so if you're presenting and you're wanting to have discussion, the B key will help you. All right, now hit the B key again. It'll bring it back. The other key that you can use is the W key. I like to use this one at break time because it brings, say this room, well, let me just show you. Let's just do it as maybe we would do in a board meeting or whatever. Okay, so this light would give us enough light for everybody to get up from their seats and around a round table or whatever, and then be able to go to the restroom, get something to drink. Make sense? And so the white would help you in that aspect to bring light into the room. Hit the W again. And so B is black, W is white. That's a trick that you can use during presentations. I use the B a lot for discussion time, to get interaction, maybe move it from the overhead to a whiteboard maybe, or some type of flip chart or whatever it is we're doing. The W I use for break time. So when they see the white screen, especially most meeting rooms are kind of darker, or conference rooms are a little dark, and this kind of brightens the room up by putting the white screen. Does that make sense? And that's been around PowerPoint for years. Some of you might know that already, some of you might not, but that is a good presentation tip right up front that'll help you when you're giving discussions. Now, this one I'm not going to go over. It's just I'm creating a new PowerPoint. This has been the same throughout PowerPoint, throughout Office. In 2007, It had the button, which you guys now have the file menu, but it's exactly the same function on both. Okay? File menu, new, file menu, save, file menu, open. That's all stayed the same and pretty static through the different versions of PowerPoint. When you create a PowerPoint, if you go ahead and hit the escape key on your keyboard, because I think you guys are still in full screen mode, if you hit the escape key on your keyboard, you're going to have something like I have on my screen here, which is a brand new PowerPoint presentation. You got your title slide, which is the very first default slide PowerPoint puts in there. And at the top, you're going to have Presentation 1 as the name. Now let's everybody do a Control S on your keyboard. When you do a Control S, it's going to prompt you to save it. I want you to save this PowerPoint presentation we're practicing with here to your desktop as your first initial last name. Go ahead and do that. Remember, on these computers, you've got to click, I believe, on Favorite on the left, then Desktop, type in your first initial last name as a file name, and click Save. Another tip, while you're working on a PowerPoint or any Office document, make sure and do a Control S, which is a save command, every few moments during your presentation creation. Why do you think that's important to do? What is it? Yeah, you don't want to lose all the work. We've had that happen, right? You kick the power cord, I kick the power cord, dog kicks the power cord, cat bites the power cord, the power goes out, you've lost an hour's worth of work or 30 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever it is you've worked on, you've lost it. And so Control S takes literally milliseconds to do. And once you learn that shortcut, which hopefully by the end of the 5 weeks you'll have it in your brains to do this all the time, Control S on every single document you ever work on, not just in PowerPoint, but in Word, Excel, any document that you use at work or at home or in school, any program that you use that has a save function, generally that save function is going to be Control S to save that project, whatever you're working on. And that goes for Mac, PC, Linux, whatever. Okay? Now, themes. If you'll click on the Design tab on your PowerPoint presentation, I'm going to go ahead and click on mine. In fact, let me click on a new one here real quick. When you click on the Design tab, you'll notice, like mine, at the top, there's multiple themes available to you. And if you just go ahead and click on any one of these themes, go ahead and do that right now. Now, granted, you only have one slide on yours, but as you click on those themes, it's going to change that slide to that theme that you've selected. Now, if you do a Control Z, like I've just done on mine, on your keyboard command, Control Z as in zebra, keep going all the way back to the beginning blank, basically, template, it'll let you do that. So let me go ahead and real quickly, I'm going to exit this out, and I'm going to fire up another instance of PowerPoint real quick. Okay, so this is what your guys' looks like, I believe. So as I select on the slides, it's going to give me different themes that I'm selecting on here. And I'll maybe end on that one right there, okay? And let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and insert, or go back to the Home tab, and go click on the New Slide button right here, this New Slide, and let's select this one here, the title and content. All right. Now, if I go ahead now and go to the bottom right of my screen and go to the slide sorter view, which brings up this screen, go back to the Design tab, put your mouse on that number 2 slide, and click on one of these slides here. Well, let me go back one. Do a Control Z if you've already applied it like I just did. And my mouse is not working on this. Yeah, it's changing both of them, but I want to go ahead and go to the format here real quick. Let's go back to my normal. All right. There is a selection here that I don't have selected yet. There we go. I only want that one slide applied. So hang on just a second. I want to apply just that one slide to my one theme. Here we go. Well, my mouse is messed up right now, so let me come back to that in just a second. Let me go back to my other PowerPoint real quick. I will come back to that in just a second. So just keep yours where it's at. Okay, so to apply a theme, we've already done that. You select a theme, you grab it, it applies it to all slides currently. You click on one theme, it applies it to all slides. You click on another theme, it applies it to all slides. We'll talk about in just a second how to do it individually. I want to show you in just a second how to do individual themes, separate like slide 1, slide 2, have separate themes. Let's go right to clip art though first. Clip art is something within PowerPoint that allows you to create or insert images from Microsoft's gallery. These images are online and they're hosted online through Microsoft. They've actually gotten better over the years. They're not too bad. Basically on this one, in order to get into clip art, you click on the Insert tab first, and then you go to the, let me go to mine real quick. I'll have you guys follow along here. Go to the Insert tab, and then there should be a clip art area here, right in the Images area. And it's going to pop up in just a second, a gallery to search from on the right side of your screen. I want you to go ahead and type in the word lion or tiger, whatever your favorite animal is. I'm going to go ahead and put lion in mine. Click the Go button. Okay, let's go ahead and click on Insert, Clip Art, and it should show up on the right side of your screen. Might help your neighbors see that. Go ahead and type it on the right side of this, where it says Search For, type in your favorite animal, and click Go. How's everybody doing? You got your pictures up? It'll show up on the right side. Okay, now what I want you to do is just go ahead and click on one of those clip arts on the right side. Click on one of the clip arts on the right side, and basically it's going to throw it onto your slide. Because right now in this whole tutorial, we're not worried about formatting or nothing. We're just wanting to know how to do something. And so I'm going to click on this lion. When I click on it, it's going to bring it into my slide. Okay. Now notice when you clicked on that and it brought it into your slide, you guys should see a Picture Tools bar at the very top of your screen. Everybody see that? If you go to the top of your screen where it says Picture Tools, I want you to select a different picture style. Go ahead and go through the default ones that are there, which are like 7 of them. okay, and see all the different picture styles available to you. So you've got like white picture frame, you've got shadow, drop shadow, filtering, soft edges, rectangle. Now if I click on this drop down, which you can do as well, you have multiple other selections as well. And what's cool about the drop down is, and even on the ones we just did, all you have to do is hover your mouse over that, not click on it, just hover your mouse over like I'm doing right now. It'll show you the preview of that format before you click on it. So you find the one you like. Once you find the one you like, you then left click and it keeps it. Make sense? So clip art's actually gotten a lot better over the years. It's very fast, very efficient, and it has pretty good clip art. And you can use clip art, by the way. It is royalty free, meaning you can use this clip art in your presentations without any copyright issues. Okay? So that's really nice to be able to do that. And it literally has hundreds and thousands of images for you. Now the images it brings up, you'll notice on mine it says all image types. I can actually take it and break it down if you want to do it with yours and practice real quick. I can uncheck all of them but illustrations. Okay, hit search again. And notice all I'm going to get is caricature illustrations of a lion. If I go back and say I just want videos of lions, it'll actually just give me video or GIF art graphic of a lion. Okay? Now let me show you what this video thing looks like real quick while you're playing with yours still. You see the little lion video? A video actually what it is a GIF image. It's an animated GIF picture that does some type of animation. Now granted, you'll notice on mine you didn't see the animation until I did the slideshow for that slide. Okay? So a video isn't a video as you guys are thinking a video is. It's just an animated image. But it's pretty cool. Notice when you bring an animated image in, like mine, it doesn't do anything. It just sits there. It will sit there until you do what? Do a slideshow. Now let's talk about slideshow for just a second. I've shown you the F5 keyboard command, right? Do you guys have two slides on yours? Because I deleted one of mine. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add another slide real quick just to make sure I have what you have real quick. Okay, now if you go to slide 2 real quick with your mouse and click on it, then go back to the slideshow tab. Notice on the very left side, there's a begin from beginning, which is the F5. It says F5 in parentheses. If you go to the next one, to the right of that, where it is Shift F5, that'll let you start from that present slide you're on. So let's go ahead and do a Shift F5 where we're on right now, slide 2. And it should give us just that present slide only. Does it not? Okay? So Shift F5 is current slide presentation. F5 alone is starting from the very beginning of the presentation. All right? And so a lot of times you might have to stop a presentation to go to a program to show somebody something, go to a website, then come back. If you already have a program running, though, on your computer, you can just use the Alt-Tab key on your keyboard. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to go ahead and go to F5 on mine. It's my first slide. I already know I have other programs running in the background of my computer. And watch what I do here, and then I'll have you do it. I'm going to hit the Alt-Tab key on my computer. Notice when I hit the Alt-Tab key, it goes to all the other slides that are open on my computer. Then when I release the Alt key and the Tab key, it goes to that presentation, it goes to that area I'm wanting it to go to. If I keep hitting the Alt-Tab key and go back to the PowerPoint slideshow and release it, it goes to that slideshow. So go ahead and do that. Go ahead and hit the F5 key on your keyboard if you haven't already done so. Take your left thumb and press and hold the Alt key on your keyboard. Hold down the Alt key on your keyboard on the left side, then just with your left index finger, tab one at a time on the tab key, which is on the left side of your keyboard, one at a time. It should toggle through the open programs on your Windows platform. Everybody see that? Now toggle to a window that is not the PowerPoint slideshow, and then release your hand. It should go to that area wherever it was that you released it on. Now go ahead and do a Alt-Tab again until you get to the slideshow, release it, and then it'll bring it back to the slideshow. In my mind, before you do a presentation, it's good to have all the programs you'll be using in a presentation open, whether it be a website, a program, a spreadsheet, a picture, a movie, whatever it is you're doing during that presentation. And if you just hit the Alt-Tab key, you can keep your slideshow on the slide you're currently on, and then just do Alt-Tab till you get to that program or website or whatever it is you're wanting to navigate to go to during the presentation. Does that make sense? It is kind of clunky to hit the Escape key, then go, and the Escape key will kill the presentation, then go to that, do Alt-Tab, or go to the taskbar with your mouse and click on, figure out which one it is. That's a little clunky to do all that. And then go back to presentation, then hit the Shift F5, and oh, by the way, I'm on the wrong slide now, and then you have to get to advance and go back. And so it's easier just to do the Alt-Tab key. Now there will be times maybe where you just have to do the Escape key on your keyboard to escape out of that presentation. But if you can prepare ahead of time on what programs you'll be running, it'll help you a lot. Okay. So we did insert clip art, and you guys, I believe, are still in presentation mode. So if you'll hit the Escape key while I'm talking here. Clip art, yeah, clip art. Okay, this is a good one. There is times where you go to the internet or you have a picture of somebody, like say we did for the title slide. You have a picture already on your computer and you need to insert it into that PowerPoint, okay? Let's do this. This time I will have you hit the Escape key because I want everybody to go to Firefox on your computer. I prefer you use Firefox. I'm going to use Chrome on mine, but you can use Firefox on your guys' computer. And what we're going to do is go to google.com on your web browser. Excuse me? You have to be, your mouse has to be focused on the presentation, and then just hit the Escape key. No, you're already out. You're already escaped from the presentation. You're not in full screen mode.
Okay.
See what I mean by that? If you're in full screen mode like this,
Yeah.
and then hit the Escape key, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, where am I supposed to be?
You're supposed to go to Firefox, click on Firefox web browser, and go to google.com. Do what?
You got your presentation going in there? Do the Alt-Tab.
Just hit the minimize button on your minimize. 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 No, that's maximize.
Bar. Presentation going there.
Okay, there you go.
All right.
Go ahead and hit the Firefox. Okay, it should look just like mine on the overhead when you go to google.com. Now you're going to search for the same animal that I had you type in clip art in Google. Go ahead and type in that animal where it says google.com in the search key. Okay? Go ahead and type in your animal in the search key where it says Google search. Nope, don't worry about that yet. Just go ahead and just type it in. I haven't got there yet. Just type in, I'm going to type in lion. Whatever it is you search for, type it in there. Okay, as soon as you type it in, then you get a whole bunch of lists of stuff, articles, images. I need you to click on the Images tab. Okay? When you click on the Images tab, you'll see a whole bunch of images show up like mine. Just go ahead and pick the first couple images, one of the two images there, like on this first row. I'm going to go and pick one of these. Go ahead and left click on one of those images. Bring it to this screen here. We're not done yet though. You'll notice on the right side of your screen there's a link that says full size image. Does everybody see that? You need to click on the full size image hyperlink on the right side of your screen. What that's going to do is bring that, whatever the full size of that image is, in full size mode on your monitor. Now it can be bigger than mine, it can be smaller than mine, but it's going to bring the full size image of that picture. Now what I want you to do is right click on that picture, and you're going to select, if you're in Firefox, you should have a Save Image As option. Save Image As option. You're going to save this to your desktop as a good name. So some of these pictures on the internet will be like a number 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to rename it to something that makes sense. So this one's a lion, so I'm going to right click, Save Image As, go to my desktop, and I'm going to actually type, mine says lion waiting in Namibia. I want to just rename mine to lion only. Okay. As soon as I rename it to lion, and you rename yours to whatever it is that yours is that makes sense to what the picture is, go ahead and click Save. And now we're going to use that Alt-Tab key function I just mentioned earlier. We're going to tab back to our PowerPoint presentation that we've been working on. And let's go ahead and if you've added stuff here to slide 2, let's make sure we have a blank slide we're working with. So if you added your pictures earlier to slide 2, you might add a slide 3. Okay? So, everybody there? Okay, who needs help?
Well, I've got the favorites and then just continue here. I don't know.
What do you, did you save the picture?
Uh,
You have to right click on the picture, like I said. Right click, Save Image As, and then go to your desktop. Yep, double click Favorites, double click Desktop, rename that to Lion. Click Save. Good, now do the Alt-Tab key on your keyboard till you get to PowerPoint. No, you have to keep going till you get to PowerPoint. Nope, keep the Tab key pressed down, the Alt-Tab pressed down till you get to PowerPoint. Here, let me show you. Alt-Tab, just one at a time. See what I'm doing? I'm just tabbing it one at a time.
okay,
You see what I'm doing with my fingers here?
yeah.
When you get to your presentation, you're going to release it. There we go. Now, you're right where I'm at. Anybody else need help? Okay. Now, go to the Insert tab on the keyboard. Insert tab on your menu again. Anything you need to insert into PowerPoint is always found in the Insert menu. Go to Insert. Then we're going to go, instead of Clip Art like we did before, we're going to go to Picture. Click on Picture. And where are we going to browse out to? Desktop. Very good. So let's go to your desktop. You're going to grab that picture you just saved. Mine's called Lion. Whatever yours is called, click on it. And then click Insert. Or if you double click on it, it'll bring it right into the PowerPoint presentation. That's what I generally do. If you just double click on the image from your desktop, notice on mine, it's just going to bring it right into that slide. Okay? You don't need to worry about clicking on it, then clicking Insert. Just double click, goes into the document. You got it, good. Do what? You're on slide 1. You have to go on slide 2 to see it.
She didn't insert the new one yet.
Oh, she didn't insert the new one. Okay, go back to slide 1. Insert. And where do you go next for picture? Good. Then where do you go? Where'd you save it to? Good. You have to double click on desktop.
You single click. I set all my computers to single
Yeah,
click.
you double click. There you go. Now you see it. Double click. No, go ahead and double click on it. There we go. All right, cool. Now, with this picture that's on your guys' new slide, go ahead and add a picture style that's not on there right now. Just go ahead and play with the picture style again. Oh, there you go.
Thanks for saying that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think we're just did this spot, right?
That's it right there.
We're doing.
Perfect.
Tiger.
Click on the picture,
Okay.
and then go to the top, and you're going to add a picture style. You need to click on Format. Click on Format to see the picture styles. Okay, add a different picture style to that picture that you've just added to that slide. So far you've added a clip art, you've added a picture to your presentation. All right, let's keep going. You're doing good.
Still change both the slides.
Do what now?
Change both the slide styles.
Yeah, we're not there yet. On the theme, you mean?
Oh, I thought when you said change the style.
Oh, no, just a picture style. I just want you to change the picture style of that picture you just inserted. So what I mean by that is if you click on this line picture, right, and I go up here and just click on the picture style. See how it adds different styles to the picture?
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, let's go on to the next part here. Adding pictures. Okay, master slides. Let's talk about this. Okay, the whole purpose of master slides in a PowerPoint document is, whether you knew it or not, when you guys create a brand new presentation like you did tonight, that presentation theme has a master slide. And on that master slide has the font type, font size, maybe any images that might be on that theme you chose, any color themes, all that good stuff is going to be on that master slide. And so in order to view a master slide, go ahead and click on the View menu at the top. Then you're going to go to the Presentation group, and then you're going to click on the Slide Master button. Okay? So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So View, and then you're going to go over to the Master View, Slide Master, and notice Slide Master shows up. And what I'm seeing here is all the master slides for all the different types of slides I could add to my presentation. Remember, the very first slide PowerPoint gives you is a title slide. The next slide it gives you by default is going to be this slide here, which is the title and bulleted slide. But they have a whole bunch of other slides you'll notice that are attached to that slide, or attached to that different theme. Now, if I go back here and close my master view, I'm going to go back to the regular view part. Go ahead and do that. Okay, we're going to toggle back and forth between here in just a second, back and forth so you'll know what we're doing. So do me a favor, click on slide 1 for me. Slide 1 with your mouse, left click on it to select it like I've done. Go to the View menu. Then I want you to go in this area here. You'll need to watch on the overhead here, on this area here where it says Master View. I want you to click on Slide Master. Now notice when you did that, it should have highlighted a certain master slide on the left side. That's the master for that slide and that type of slide throughout your presentation. Okay? Now watch me. I'm going to change something on mine. Then I'm going to have you change something on yours. And in order to see it, after I change it, I'm going to have to click on that Close Master View. But you just kind of keep yours where it's at right now. Watch me, and then I'll have you make a change in a second. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to change here a font. I'm just going to change a font style on mine. I'm going to go back to the Home tab. I'm going to change this to a different type of font style, from this Franklin Gothic to something else. I'll do this Algerian, okay? And now when I go ahead and go back to my View menu, Slide Master View, should still be there. Good. If I click on my Slide Master one more time and then go back to normal, if I click away from take this away so you can see what I just did, notice how it changed the font style of this click to add title to that master that I just created. Now let me go to slide 2 real quick while you're still staying where you're at. I'm going to go to slide 2, go to View, Slide Master, and I'm going to do it to the title slide, text. I'm going to change this from something else. We'll change it to Algerian as well. Then all I need to do is now go back to Slide Master, close it, and now you'll notice not only is this one changed, but watch here. Since I changed the master, and I add a new title and content, notice that new one I just added has that change to that master. Now watch, if I go and add another slide that's different than this one, the title and content, say I add a title only. Notice the title only is the old font style that was in that original theme, okay? The reason it's the old font style is if I stay on this slide, go to View, Slide Master, notice that master is as it is here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and close that. So go ahead and do this. It might be easier for you guys to do this on the second slide because it has a title slide you can actually see. So if you'll go ahead and end, you guys I think are still in the slide master view. Go ahead and end the slide master view or close it there on the right side of your screen. Click on slide 2, go to View, Slide Master, and let's just do this for fun. Just change the font style of that title that's in there, okay? Highlight that title, go to the Home tab, and select a different font style from whatever it is that you have currently. Mine was like Franklin Gothic or something. But just change something outside of that normal title font style. Once you've changed it to something else, all you need to do is click back on the Slide Master tab and close that master view to see that change take effect. Okay? So I'll kind of walk around and help you do this because it's kind of tricky, I know, the first couple times doing it, but after that you should be okay.
Then after I get the slide master level,
Okay, are you on slide 2? Yeah, you're already on.
no.
Go ahead and close your master view. I want to make sure you're on slide 2 first. Okay, cool. Now where do you go to slide master? View.
Okay, view. And then
Slide master. Good.
Okay.
Now highlight the font, and you're going to change the font style to something different. So click on the Home button, change Algerian to something else. Good. Now see where it says Slide Master here? Click back on Slide Master, and then close your view. And now it changed the font style to that new font style you just selected. Go ahead and type something in there. You can go ahead and type something in, guys, in slide 2 once you've changed that master to something else. Okay, so go ahead and do that, maybe for a couple slides there, to kind of get the hang of changing the master of the slide. What slide are you on currently? Yeah, let's go to slide 2 or 3 because that's your title slide. It's a little harder to do. Yeah, slide 3 is fine. Slide 3. Now where do you go to the view master? Yep. Well, you're now on the master of that slide 3 you were just on. Now highlight the text here. Highlight this text. You're editing the template basically for that slide. You have to just click once in there. There you go. And then highlight everything in there.
Now that's only if you want them to all look the same because they have a similar theme, right? I mean,
Exactly. And there is times you'll need to do this. There is times you'll need more room on something or a different font style, or you'll need to add a graphic like we'll do in just a second to a master slide that you want to show on all your slides. So instead of going to every slide to adding it to that location, you do it in the master slide one time. And it changes all of them. Correct. Yep. And that's what we'll do in just a second. I want to make sure you know how to do it first, but we're going to add a picture to a master slide in a bottom location somewhere, and then you guys are going to see that on all slides 2, 3, and 4 on your presentation. Okay, good. Now you go click on Slide Master, and then close it. Great, there's your font style change. See where it says click to add title? It's that font style change you just selected. So if you go and click in there one time, type in the word title, there we go. You've seen that change now. Okay, so now let me show you here on the picture, changing a picture on a master. This is where it gets into the power of, this is where you generally use it, what I'm getting ready to show you. Font style, yeah, sometimes I do that, but what I generally use it for, say I'm at the end of a presentation and I want to put a company logo on every slide, somewhere on the slide, bottom right corner maybe, right, on every slide. And I know that from slide 2 and on, I have a title content on every one of those slides. It's a title content slide. What I mean by that is, if you look here on this slide here, title and content is the second slide always added by default in a PowerPoint presentation. So if I have all of these as being title content, I'll add one more as the title content, so we'll see what I'm talking about in a second. So that's title content. There you go. So I'm going to put in here, I'm going to rename mine. You guys go ahead and do this as well. Go ahead and make sure to add slides 2 through 4. And let's go ahead and put in here slide 2, slide 3, and slide 4. All right? So make sure 2, 3, and 4 are all like mine, title and content. Title and content on all of them. All right?
How am I adding a new slide?
How do you add new slide? On the Home tab, right there, where it says New Slide. And make sure you're adding a title and content slide. Okay? If you look on the overhead, you'll see. You literally can click on it and highlight it, and it'll add a title and slide. Now, by default, if you forget to do what I just did and go to title and slide, if you just do this and click on this button right here, by default, it's going to always give you a title and content every time. Title and content every time. Title and content every time. Does that make sense? The default will always be title and content past the title slide. The title slide is always going to be the default for the first slide in your presentation. 2 and on, by hitting this button, will always be this slide here, title and content. All right? 90% of the time, that title and content slide will suffice for everything you do in PowerPoint. Okay? So you need a title slide, and you need a title and content slide, and that's it. You can pretty much live without these most of the time. I've had to use these sparingly throughout the years, but most of the time I camp in these two areas. Title slide, title and content, and that's it. The reason I do that is what I'm getting ready to show you now. If I want to add something to a master, if I have multiple slide types past the title, say I have multiple title and content, multiple section headers, multiple to content, I have to go into each one of those masters and manipulate each one of those masters to get that image where I want it to be, and all of them have to match up. You see how difficult that can be? So you want to keep it simple, and I suggest title slide and the title and content. You camp in these two areas all the time in your presentation. Make sense? Because you can pretty much do whatever you want to in this slide. I can get rid of anything I want to in here. I can go in here and get rid of this text box. I can get rid of this title. I can do whatever I want to. But it's still according to PowerPoint, regardless of what I get rid of on this slide, it will always be a title and content. It will always be a title and content slide. Meaning if I edit that master, it's going to edit all of them. Now watch what I do here in just a second. If you get this, you've got a good chunk tonight of what I'm talking about with masters, because it is difficult sometimes to wrap your head around, but you can get it. All right, so just kind of watch me. Don't do anything else but watch me. Do not try to do this. Do not try to look at your PowerPoint presentation. Just watch the overhead, and you'll get it. Believe me. All right? So I'm going to go ahead now, and I'm going to go to slide 2. All right? I'm going to go to View. Then I'm going to go to Slide Master. So that's my Slide Master for title and content. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to add in Let's go ahead and add over here to the right to make it simple. I'm going to add a photograph of a lion. And I'm going to go ahead and throw that into my master area. And I'm going to resize it pretty small. We're going to pretend it's like an eye. We're going to pretend this is like a company logo. And I want to put it to where it does not distract from my text really. We'll go back to Slide Master, close. And now watch. I'm going to go ahead and do a Shift F5. And now you'll notice on Slide 2, Slide 3, Slide 4, and Slide 5 is that logo I just put on the bottom right corner of the master. You see how powerful that is? That's where masters come into play. Most students have never used master up to this time. You've never used it all these years. That's how powerful it is. Because masters allow you to do, you can go beyond this and do whatever you want to do. Change font style, font color, add to your footer, which we'll do this next 4 weeks. Add in your different clip art. Whatever it is you want to do in here can be done in the master. So that's why it makes sense to have from slides 2 and on always be title and content, title and content, title and content, slide type, okay? Because if you need to change a master, you're changing one master only, and that's the master for the title and content, which if I change that, if you do this again, I'm going to change this over to this side just so you can see how easy it is. Say I have 100 slides in here, which could be my presentation. We get a new logo. The company does new logos all the time, right? Revamps the logo. I come into my 100-slide presentation. I go to my master. I change it or move it where it needs to be, close it, done. It's now on all my slides. I don't have to go into each individual slide and to make sure, oh, it's off a little bit. Oh, slide 2 is off a little bit from slide 3. No, it won't be off because I did it on the master. The master is a template that drives everything. Does that make sense? Okay, now I'm going to have you do it. From slides 2 through 5, you're going to do exactly what I just did. You can choose a different clip art, put it in a different location if you want to on that slide, but I want to come around and see that you know how to manipulate the master of the title and content, which is slide 2 and on in your presentation. Okay? So I'll kind of walk around if you need help, and I will help you. There's your pen for you.
So I have to go to my master first?
You have to go to your title first. You have to go to the slide, one of the title and content slides first. Good.
Or this one, that doesn't make a difference?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Then I want to go to my master, right?
Mm-hmm.
Slide master.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Then I go over here
Right?
and say, oh, of course, I don't care.
There you go. Yep, and then drag it on the bottom right corner. Good.
Okay, then I'm going to close.
Yeah, you got to go back to your slide master and then close. Okay, we'll see you.
Then
All right.
Puts it on all of mine.
Yeah, now it puts it on all your slides. Very good. Excellent. Now, if you want to try it one more time, and just to make sure you got it, go ahead and do that. We have time. Going back and do it one more time, guys. If you need to go do it one more time to make sure you got it, go ahead and do the master thing one more time to move it around, make sure you know how to do it, what it does, what the purpose is. And you're going to be doing this quite a bit in PowerPoint. And again, this is one of the last things you do, but it's still pretty powerful because you don't have to worry about it being in the wrong place, being out of line, being out of date, because you're just updating, for instance, date-related stuff, logo-related stuff, things that change maybe periodically through the years. You always want to put that stuff on a master. Does that make sense? Never put that type of stuff on an individual slide yourself. Always put that type of content on your master. That way, if you do need to change it down the road, you basically just change it in one location, your master content, and you're good to go. Yes?
Now, when you go to save this, do you save it as your slide presentation or slide it as your master? If you,
what was your question?
Did I do it?
Yeah, you did it right. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you did it right. You're good. Now, the reason that one didn't change, I'm guessing it's a different slide. It's a different slide type. Yeah, it is. It's a different slide type. So that's why it didn't change. All right, good. Everybody understand this? Everybody got it? Okay, cool. Because masters are a little difficult to wrap around, but out of everything we talk about this week, that's the most difficult. Everything else is fun downhill. Okay, ready? Let's do it. Okay, here we go. Let's keep going. We're almost there. I want to skip ahead here real quick. Give me a second. I want to go to, here we go, second theme. We got to do that one. Then we're going to do the second theme one, then we're going to go ahead and go right into the in-class exercise. But I want to talk about the second theme one. All right. A second theme. We have like 4 or 5 slides, right, on your presentation right now? All the same theme. In order to add a second theme, what we'll do is we'll go to the Design tab, choose the theme we want, right-click on that, and apply to selected slides. And that's what I didn't do earlier. I just left-clicked on it, applied to all slides. All right? You can see how often I do second theme. Exactly. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and go to your presentation. All right? We're going to go, say I want to do slide 3, a different theme from slide 3. So I'm going to go to, click on slide 3. I'm going to go to Design. I'm going to right-click on another theme up here and apply it to selected slides. And notice how I just applied it to that one slide. Now, to apply it to more slides than one, all I need to do is this view here, the slide sorter view on the bottom right of your screen, if you see it on the overhead. This is actually the easier way to do it, because I can hit the Control key and click these slides, Control-click these slides, go up to the theme I want to change it to, right-click, apply to selected slides, and now it applies that theme to that slide, or to those slides, okay? And so go ahead and practice that real quick for a moment. All right? And so that's how sometimes, and this sometimes you would use in presentations if you're shifting a theme of a presentation, which I normally don't do. I have seen people do it. You're shifting a theme of a presentation from one thing to another. It might be a good idea to shift themes, okay? Shifting content or topics from one topic to another. And that's an easy way to do it, is in the slide sorter view. Again, by control-clicking the slides you want to change themes. If I control-click more than once, it will select and deselect. If you can see on the overhead, the little yellow border means it's selected. If I control-click again, it's deselected. So selected, deselected, selected, deselected. All right? If you want it to go back the way it was, Control-Z. Keep going to Control-Z until your presentation is back the way it was. All right. Now what I want you to do is click on the File menu and Exit. And save.
I lost. Yeah, I lost.
You lost what?
You want to complete on. I don't know what this message.
I'll come over there and sit. In fact, close out of everything on your computer except for Eagle, because we need to go back to week 2, the in-class exercise, the week 2 exercise. So close out of everything.
I don't know how this.
Oh, just said no. You'll need to log back into Eagle because you guys are timed out because we've been logged out so long. We've been working, so Eagle's timed out. Do what now? Oh, that's all right. Don't worry about it. We're going to go right into the in-class exercise. So go ahead and close this out. You guys aren't sending this to me anyway. You're sending me the in-class exercise we're getting ready to do. Okay, go ahead and hit no on the autocomplete. Go back, now go into Firefox, and you'll need to log back into Eagle, and you're going to week 2, and you're going to go to the week 2 exercise folder inside of week 2, okay? you'll need to go to Eagle like we do when you come to class. First thing coming into class, you need to log into our course site. So if everybody goes into our course site, goes into lesson 2, or week 2, and we need to go to week 2 exercise in the lessons, you should have what I have on the overhead. If you're already there, you can go ahead and double click on that week 2.pptx on number 1. It's going to open that up into PowerPoint. All right, as soon as it opens up into PowerPoint on your computer, go ahead and do a Control S and save it as your last name. Your last name. Yeah, but I wouldn't use IE. I would always use, you need to use Firefox. That's fine. Yeah, I would recommend Firefox from now on. You go ahead and use it for right now. You're good.
You have it open for it? Yeah. That picture cracks me up. I know, he's like,
Mm-hmm. Awful serious there.
And just our last name, just say your last
Yeah, last name, because you guys did first initial last name last time, I believe, on the little exercise we did. We'll just do last name on this one. Make sure and just do last name on the name only and save it. When I see that you guys have your name on the top middle portion of your PowerPoint, we'll get started here in just a second. So make sure and save everything. When I see it on everybody's screen, I'll give you some direction here and then let you go at it. Got week 2 exercise, and double click on number at the end of number 1 where it says week 2.pptx and open it. As soon as it opens up, you want to do a Control S on your keyboard. That'll prompt you to save it, and you want to save it as your last name. Okay, while these are still opening, let me just talk about this exercise. You're going to be basically going through slide by slide in just a second, and it'll give you some information of what to do, and going to complete it. But let me go ahead and open mine real quick so I can show you what it's going to look like beginning to end. Okay, if you look on the overhead, you guys should see this on yours. On the upper left corner of slide 1, there is a CK1. Does everybody see that? If you double click or just hover over it, it tells you what to do. It says on slide 1, insert clip art, apply a new theme. Slide 2, insert picture, insert clip art, and then apply effects to a clip art, like a picture effect. Slide 3, insert a picture with mirror effect, modify the master slide on this one. You're going to modify the font style, and you're going to add a circle image somewhere on that master, like we did earlier. And you can put it anywhere you want to. You can add a circle image, clip art, anywhere you want to.
That change in the image style to the circle, or finding something within the circle already?
Yeah, you're going to actually add a circle image clip art. Added circle image clip art. So the clip art that's on there right now, you can actually add a circle modification to it and put it somewhere on the slide, wherever you want to do it. Kind of like we did with the logo example earlier. Okay, slide 4, you're going to apply a second theme on just slides 4 and 5. Remember on this one, to apply a second theme, it's easier to be in the slide sorter view. And how do I select slides 4 and 5? Does anybody remember? Control click, right. I do control click on 4 and 5, then I go up to the design, and then I right click on the theme I want and apply it to selected. Do what now? No, that's fine. I would just, you apply to ones you selected. Okay, just apply to selected slides is what you do on that one. Okay? Let's see, this one's slide 4. Yeah, second theme, slides 4 and 5. The two left tabs, the view rulers, I'm going to actually help you with that one, so we'll stop on that one, do that one together on slide 4. And that's it. Slide 4, we're going to end on slide 4 tonight. And I'm going to do this one together with you because we did not go over it during the presentation part. We'll do it together in class. We're going to add two left tabs. And basically, let me show you real quick what that's going to end up looking like. Two left tabs, one for this, one for this. There's a tab here and a tab here, a tab here and a tab here. You'll show how to do that. I'll show you how to do that. So you'll see how bland this presentation is right now. You guys are going to add some stuff to it, like clip art, apply a new theme. On slide 1, on slide 2, insert a picture of your choosing. Insert a clip art. Apply an effect to that clip art. On slide 3, insert a picture with a mirror effect. And on the master slide on this one, you're going to modify the font style, and you're going to add a circle image clip art somewhere, maybe on the bottom right, bottom left. And then slide 4, which is your last one, you're going to add a second theme to slides 4 and 5. And two left tabs we'll do together. Here's what yours could end up looking like, or could end up looking like here. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? So, go forth and conquer. I will walk around and help. You can do it.